Hey guys, namaste. Oh man, so it's been a while since I've made a video. I've kind of been extremely busy and also just like very, very unaware of my surroundings and what's going on in my life. And a lot of that has stemmed to me just like not really paying attention to my recovery. I have not relapsed. Yesterday was my 11 months. But I definitely just like, I've missed 2 refuge recovery meetings. Like I'm just like not there. Pulling doubles all the time. Definitely just putting more effort into work than actually myself and neglecting myself, and it's really wearing on me. I can feel it. The other day I slept for 14 hours. And that's kind of something, I know that I've brought it up before and talking about it, but it's so super important because like the minute I feel like that I'm forgetting about myself, like now it's like I feel bad about it because it's so important that I am paying attention to myself in my recovery. Because otherwise that's where like I'm like hanging out with people and they're drinking and smoking and stuff like that and I'm not, and like that's just like teetering on like playing with the devil. So I'm just realizing that and knowing that like I need to pay attention. I'm off for the next 2 days. Still extremely stressed out. I actually got some bad news this morning. A gentleman that I had worked with at the other place died, and I'm feeling extremely guilty because I was not very nice to this gentleman. Like there was probably a good 3 days that I ignored him, and I feel bad. Like I feel bad that I was like that, and it's just a fresh reminder, and this is why I love Refuge Recovery, that we're all struggling from something. That I need to definitely come to more people, serving them with love and compassion no matter the circumstances, as hard as it may be. Because I know that he appreciated me like calling him out on his BS, but like he never apologized or recognized it really. And that's something that I feel guilty about. Like I feel not guilty. I'm like almost like pissed that he didn't do it like before when he was alive. Like now I just feel super guilty that I even felt any type of way towards this gentleman. And also just like feeling like, because I feel like he was serving a bit of addiction to himself. He had some addictions as well. And just like it's sad that like he's never going to experience like a sober and clean life. Like it sucks. And he's leaving behind 4 kids. Like it's just really sad. And death is very, very just not common for me in my life. Like I've had like he's the 3rd person really in my lifetime that I've really kind of even known that has died. So it's very strange. I'm not handling it in a bad way. I just don't really know how I'm handling it. Like one minute I'll be crying, but then like not really be able to cry. So it's just very different. We all deal with things differently. It's just also like realizing that I have to deal with it in a healthy way. And what's healthy for me. And then with this being said, something that's been like really common and really reaching up for me, I apologize for my cat's tush, is like, all right, like, and I've said it millions of times now at this point, my perspective only matters to me, and something that really has been affecting me in a couple of my like sober relationships with people, like friendships, is that I get upset that these people don't apologize the way that I want them to apologize, and the way that I want people to take full responsibility and understand what they did and this, that, and the other. And that may be how I do things, but that does not mean that other people do it that way. And I forget how common it is nowadays that like so many people just don't want to admit that they're wrong, and that's completely fine. Like for me, like I want to try to get as clean as possible. Like I need to get all of the grime out. Like I have not been a decent person, like in my drinking especially, and now I know that I'm a good person. I just want to get above that. Doesn't mean that people who don't recognize that they're wrong doesn't mean that they're a good person or anything like that. It's also just the fact that they don't recognize it. And once again, that goes back to like the awareness. And there's so much, it's just so easy to get like blindsided and Like I was just on this positive path, and I felt so uplifted, and I was going to change the world, and this, that, and the other. And then I got sucked into my new job for the last 2 weeks, and overwhelmed and pulling doubles and really not paying attention to myself. And the negativity was able to switch in a second. And I'm upset with myself in that. Like, there's nobody else to blame but myself. Like, you know, she's so weird. So it's just paying attention to those things and stuff like that. You know, and I hope that this helps you guys in some way, because I'm still struggling. It's not gonna, things don't change, you know, abruptly overnight. Like, it's great that, like, it's one thing, like, to have a click in your head and realize that it's there, but to actually change some of these things, it's gonna take a while. Like, my negative talk, I have really bad negative talk to myself. Like, I'll just be like, oh, you're an idiot, like, great job, like, to myself, and I'm like, I really have to stop doing that. And that's going to take time. Like, I need to be more aware and paying attention and maybe slowing down a little bit. Because self-awareness is really, really important. I think we all need to be more aware of certain things, at least, and, you know, it only starts with me, at least. I feel like I just rambled on and jumbled and stuff like that, and I apologize for that. I just wanted to, you know, speak on what's been going on with me for the last 2 weeks, and trying to get more self-awareness. And my 1 year is just right around the freaking corner, and I can get to it. I just got to pay more attention to what's going on. So that's really it for me. Hope that everyone's having a wonderful, clean, and sober life, and namaste sober, and I hope you do too.